112 years ago, the UP Board of Regents had a vision to develop their true firstborn college that will spearhead national development through agriculture. At the foot of Mount Makiling, Edwin B. Copeland, together with 7 faculty and 12 students, embarked on the journey to create the UP College of Agriculture, or UPCA. Through its 112 years of existence, the college has produced over 1,000 technologies and variety of plants and animals, 9 national scientists, over 30 outstanding young scientists, and more than 18,000 graduates contributing to agricultural development. UPCA, now College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, has been continuously contributing to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension function. A mere 10 years after establishment, the college was able to start breeding works with the production of sugarcane varieties with high productivity and resistance to Fiji and mosaic disease. In the 1920s, the importance of agriculture was intensified and UPCA was recognized as neighboring countries began sending their students to Los Baños because of the high quality of education. In the 1930s, breeds with superior characteristics such as the Burkhala pig, Los Baños Cantonese chicken, and Philippine cattle were developed. The 1960s was a fruitful decade for research. Makapuno, a coconut cultivar often made into a dessert, was pioneered and perfected. Meanwhile, the Dairy Training and Research Institute was the first in the country to freeze buffalo semen, paving the way for artificial insemination of local carabaos. Along with the establishment of UPLB in the 70s, the college received the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award for International Understanding, Asia's counterpart for the Nobel Peace Prize. In the same decade, the C4 plants were developed. The soil test kits were produced in support of the Masagana 99 program, and the mango induction technique was introduced. Continuing the production of quality research outputs in the 1980s, techniques to minimize post-harvest losses, the accelerated fish sauce manufacturing process, and the rapid test kit for the detection of pesticide residue on vegetables were developed. The 1990s saw many new varieties across species or crop types, including Sinta papaya, the first Philippine-bred hybrid, UPLB Gold, a durian variety, and Doña Amelita, a musaenda named after the wife of former President Fidel Ramos. The award-winning National Corn-Based Farmer Scientists RD Training Program, or FSTP, Sinta papaya, was also established around this time, Philippine-bred hybrid, still remains as one of the university's primary extension programs. And Doña Amelita, the award-winning National Corn-Based Farmer UPLB College of Agriculture Program, or FSTP, was published in was also established around the first Philippine-bred hybrid, still remains as one of the university's primary College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, continues to be the premier institution of higher learning in agriculture and food science, and remains committed to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension programs. In order to produce the best graduates, all of our courses are outcomes-based education, and continuous improvement of the curriculum is being practiced to meet the challenges of the 21st century. As testament of excellence, CAFS is constantly recognized by different organizations. In research, we continue to implement relevant studies with focus on the 12 priority commodities to address food security. Moreover, Technologies are constantly developed to aid in responsible food production. Supplementing these are extension activities to disseminate the knowledge generated to improve food productivity and livelihood of the people. We believe that present technologies will future-proof our food systems. Some of our notable developments are iDetect, Coraginam, Plant Health and Pest Clinic, Pest Management Tools and Techniques, Smarter Pest Identification Technology or SPITech, Snap Hydroponics, Drone Technology, Rapid Immunofilter Assay for Virus Indexing, Nanofertilizers Fertigrow, Turbogrow, Nanobiosensors, and Biochar. We at the College of Agriculture and Food Science will continue to promote and nurture a culture with innovative yet conscientious minds and cutting-edge skills to lead and serve the country and the region. We are one college with one goal towards sustainable food systems.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Coffee Webinar Series handog sa inyo ng College of Agriculture and Food Science ng University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Bago po ang lahat, nakapagkape na po ba ang lahat? Kung hindi pa po ayos lang dahil ngayong umaga, we'll still be talking about coffee. So next best thing kumbaga. And for today, atin pong tatalakayin ang Coffee-Based Farming and Entrepreneurship Engagement Program of Varaco. This episode is co-hosted by the National Crop Protection Center and the Institute of Food Science and Technology. Ako po si Charlotte Agusojas, University Extension Specialist mula sa NCPC at ako po ang inyong host for today's episode. Kasama rin po natin si Assistant Professor Michael Angelo Esteban from IFST, who will be our Q&A moderator. Okay, so a few reminders for all of us. The panelists are requested to keep their microphones on mute unless they are called upon to speak. For the Q&A later, our Zoom participants may send in their questions using the chat box or click the raise hand button to be acknowledged. Sa atin naman pong Facebook and YouTube viewers, maaari po kayo magpadala ng inyong katanungan through the comment section. Now, to formally begin our program, I would like to call on the Director of the National Crop Protection Center, Dr. Barbara L. Kawili, to give us her opening remarks. Ma'am?
Maraming salamat, Char. To our resource speaker and the CEO of Varaco Incorporated, Mr. Aristelo M. Asilio, to the Dean of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, Dr. Epilgio M. Agbisit Jr., to the CAFS webinar team headed by Dr. Lilia Fernando Corpus, along with the NCPC and IFST team, to all who are watching via Zoom, Facebook, or YouTube. A pleasant morning to all of you and welcome to the 6th episode of the CAFS Coffee Webinar Series. We are very delighted because we have the resource speaker for today, a UPLB alumnus who co-founded a food and beverage company that not only offers innovative coffee products, but also provides dignified work opportunities for farmers, for the youth, and for PWDs. In today's episode, we will be learning about the coffee-based farming and entrepreneurship engagement program of this company, what it is all about, how it will impact the coffee growers in the country, and how it will affect the Philippine coffee industry. So indeed, this episode is something that we will definitely learn from whether as coffee farmers, coffee drinkers, and current and future entrepreneurs. May this webinar provide us with a deeper understanding of the coffee industry. May this also serve as inspiration for those who may be wanting to pursue their own social enterprise. Let us make the most out of this event by listening attentively and engaging actively throughout the webinar. So with that, I wish everyone an insightful morning. Maraming salamat po and Hiraya Manwari. Back to you, Char.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Bambi. At this point, may we request everyone to please open their cameras and flash us their best smiles for our group photo. I also request the assistance of the CAFS technical team.
Okay po. 1, 2, 3. Okay na po. Thank you.
Thank you po. Okay, so let us now proceed to the introduction of our speaker for today. He is the CEO and co-founder of a coffee company, Varaco, and founder of a development NGO, ThinkForm. Varaco sells innovative coffee products and pioneers Internet of Things technology for sustainable coffee production. ThinkFarm, on the other hand, promotes innovative agriculture education, technology, and business development. He champions nutrition entrepreneurship in the Philippines through convergence of human ecology and management disciplines that aim to support farmers, youth, and other marginalized sectors. He envisions a digitalized agriculture community where there are farmer scientists and farmer entrepreneurs. His companies won the United Nations Best Small Business in 2021 and Conservation Optimism Southeast Asia Award for their efforts on sustainability and climate change advocacies. He has a bachelor's degree in nutrition and an MBM from the University of the Philippines, where he also pursues his doctorate in sustainability. He's an outstanding young man honoree for Social Entrepreneurship 2021, a UPLB College of Human Ecology Distinguished Alumnus Awardee, a grantee of BKCF Korea Cooperation Fund, USAID, and USDA, a Swedish Institute Fellow, and a multi-awarded social entrepreneur in the country. We are very honored to have him as speaker for today. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Aristelo Asilo. Sir?
Thank you very much, Miss Charlotte. Good morning, everyone. And thank you also to Dr. Carili for your very wonderful message. And I feel very honored to be with you today. Nagkape na ba kayong lahat? Thumbs up nga dyan. Hindi ko alam kung nakikita ko yung thumbs up. Again, good morning. And this is my first time to use this virtual background because I just recently got back from Bukidnon where we met Hi Datu in Pangantukan in Portolin where we had a meeting about coffee. And I had this very nice photo in my virtual background featuring some coffee beans. See there, and then the coffee, and then two farmers over there, one youth and one Haidati. And of course, Barako. So yeah, again, thank you very much. Let me share my screen so I can begin my presentation. So coffee, pag-uusapan natin ang kape ngayong araw sa loob ng 20 to 30 minutes. So actually, this is actually inspired by one of your very honorable and prestigious faculty, si Dr. Davide. He's my mentor since 2012, and sa kanya ko nakuha yung inspiration about creating this program, Coffee. This actually inspired a farmer scientist training program, the corn-based Farmer Scientist Training Program, the Corn FST. So we created Coffee, or the Coffee-Based Farming and Entrepreneurship Engagement Program. So, some of my background was already said by Ma'am Charlotte. And here I'm just showing two of the articles featured about our company. We were featured in the US through the ACDIVOCA and USDA. And the Philippine Daily Inquirer about involving more youths, in which in the current millennium, we're modernizing farming in coffee. And as mentioned, we're using Internet of Things. Now, introducing to you Varaco, we are actually a sustainability-focused coffee enterprise. We formalized our company in 2018. From crop growing to processing and distribution is actually an entire value chain of activities. You see here in the photos, this is in the farm in Bukidnon, in Gihian. So we installed some sensors. And the second one is we are talking to a group of indigenous people in Manola Portage to encourage them to join us in the agroforestry production of coffee. Third one is a group of people with disability who produce our coffee, repacking them. And the fourth one is a capacity building activity with a group of people who are dealing with HIV. This is part of our system in creating a nutrition entrepreneurship model and a sustainability-focused enterprise for coffee. Now, that's Veracruz, and these are some of our partners and funders. We have several partners and funders. Of course, APLB is a very good partner in the pursuit of our more knowledge and activities toward the coffee-based farming and entrepreneurship engagement program. So we won some awards. The United Nations Conservation Optimism for Climate Change and the DST. At the same time, since we are focusing on sustainability activities, we've mapped up three of the phases in the coffee value chain. We have the growing phase, the processing phase, and the distribution phase. We found out that in the growing phase, we have a dwindling production in the Philippines. And in the processing phase, we found out that we have a very, very limited environment for quality processing. And in the distribution phase, most of our coffee come from very, very remote areas. And so it becomes harder to distribute them and carry them from the farm to the customer. That's why most of the people in the Philippines resort to importing coffee. And so we've indicated some activities or some important information under each phases. For example, in the growing phase, we have the pioneer precision agriculture, resource conservation, weather forecasting, remote monitoring and control, and many other things that the CAFS, I believe, and the SESAM are already doing, which are SARAI activities. Processing phase, we have quality control, inventory management, energy efficiency, remote monitoring and control. And the distribution phase, the same thing, data analytics, labor efficiency. And these are some very important activities under each phase in the coffee supply chain. Now, moving forward, let's focus on the country situation. Let's see what's happening in the coffee industry in the country level. We have a very high consumption of coffee in the Philippines, amounting to 18 million, or increase of 3.18 to 3.31. At the same time, we have a dwindling number of coffee production. Our demand is 160,000 metric tons, but our supply is only around 60,000 metric tons. And pababa pa yan ngayon because of many other factors occurring in the coffee farms. Our sufficiency level for coffee is only 15%, which means the rest of the coffee that we consume in the Philippines are imported from other countries. Now, this is the macro level of the country situation. Let's move on to the farm level situations. If you go deeper to the farmers, there are many other factors. There are complicated factors that affect them in terms of coffee production. One of the things that we've noticed in the farm is the overuse of fertilization. The LGUs oftentimes keep giving fertilizer because they have to dispose it. And so the farmers will keep putting the fertilizers sa farm and nagiging acidic na yung lupa na apektuhan ang quality ng coffee. We also have many of the farmers of the coffee farms shifting from coffee to other crops. They have no choice because hindi na kumikita yung kanilang coffee farm. We have the lack of post-harvest facilities and of course the limited access to planting materials due to lack of accredited nurseries. Kasi hindi na natin alam kung accredited or maganda ba talaga yung tinanim natin na coffee. And at the same time, when you plant coffee there, it will bear fruits after 2 to 3 years. So malalaman mo lang kung ano ba talaga yung kape na yon after 2 to 3 years. So it's very important to have accredited and certified planting materials. And of course, we have a very high exposure to climate change. Natagpuan namin itong nakaraan, bisa sa data namin, tumaas ng significantly na around 1 degree to 2 degrees yung historical data namin sa isang farm sa Davao. So ibig sabihin, yung kape natin, di ba dapat dahan-dahan siya nahihinog para mas masarap. So ngayon, tendency, nagkakaroon siya ng masamang epekto sa kanyang pagkahinog. Nang natikman namin, medyo mas maasim-asim, hindi maganda yung quality kumpara sa nakaraan. This is because of climate change based on our data. Now, we've given you the country and the farm level situations. Now, on the aspect of Barako, what are we trying to do so that we will be able to continue giving quality coffee at the same time helping coffee farmers in their production of coffee? We've created a roadmap until 2040. And in your screen, you will see that from 2023, we've started our expansion. Because nag-start na po talaga kami 2012, and we started expanding in 2023. And then we aim to go public by 2040 so that we will be able to continue to support our activities. And in between, we want to reduce carbon emissions by 2035. We want to increase sustainably sourced coffee and minimize single-use plastic by 2030. And we want to reduce water consumption and enhance farmers' livelihood by 2025. These are some of our activities or goals that we want to do for the next 10 years or 15 years. Now, let's move on to each goal. For goal number 1, we want to reduce water consumption. But before that, I'd like to show you this photo on the left. This is the automated water station that we installed in the farms. So we've actually installed some sensors in the farms, and this monitors temperature, humidity, rainfall, NPK. So this is 1,400 meters above sea level. This is in Bukidnon. Now, moving back to goal 1, reduce water consumption. Did you know that for each cup of coffee that we drink, it utilizes 140 liters of water from growing to processing and transporting? That's a lot of water. And so our goal is to help reduce the usage of water per cup to 100 liters. And we're still in the process of trying to figure out how we can support and help in this goal. Goal number 2, we want to increase our sustainably sourced coffee. How are we going to do that? Because we are partnering with farmers, we want to accredit them as sustainably farmed. So we want to create our own system or framework or how we can label and signify or identify each farm as a sustainable coffee farm. So we want to develop a sustainable farm accreditation using the Barako framework. Next to number 3, we're in this photo, you'll see again some solar panels. We're actually using solar panels in some of our sensors. We want to reduce carbon emission until 2030. So we want to use carbon sensing and sequestration methods for carbon. Goal number 4, we want to enhance farmers' income. That is one of the things we currently do, is to give them some capacity building mechanisms. Did you know that the median increase of income in the Philippines is 5%? That's small. Kaya mapapansin nyo minsan hindi natin ramdam yung increase ng ating income because the median increase is only 5%. Very high, very low. Mas mataas pa yung interest income ng mga banks, di ba? Now, we want to increase by 15% the coffee farmers' income by 2025. We're hoping to target this and hoping to achieve this by 2025. To the last goal, we want to minimize single-use plastic waste. But before that, in this photo, we actually involved youths. So these are some of the youths that we involved. We actually do soil testing in the farms before we apply fertilizer. So we create fertilizer program. We want to minimize single-use plastic waste, lalo na yung mga cups or mga packaging. When I went to Sweden, we found out that they're already using climate-smart or climate-positive packaging materials. And we want to bring it to the Philippines. Hopefully, we start it by next year. And we hope to achieve it by 2035. It takes time. So these are 5 of the goals that we are initially targeting until 2040. Now, sharing to you on why we're doing the coffee program. We have 5 current projects that we do right now. We have the Farm to Market Road project, the Smart Internet of Things, Social Enterprise Incubation, Smart Cafe Barako Stalls, and the Smart Farm. These are 5 of our ongoing activities using the coffee program. Now, let's go to the first Farm to Market Road project. The Farm to Market Road project, we actually started this in 2015. We found out when we were giving some access for funding to the farmers, we found out na may kailangan silang mas mahalaga bukod doon sa pera na yun. Kasi may pera nga sila, hindi naman nila mapadala yung mga produce nila mula bundok pababa kasi masyadong malayo, or tatawid ka pa ng ilog or binabaha, and it takes time para mag-subdue yung baha. So we created an 8-kilometer farm to market road project in Lobao, Batangas. We created the feasibility study, and this funded by World Bank. I'm going to show you a video about a feedback from the one of the beneficiaries in the barangay. Okay, let's watch this.
Mas makakatulong ngayon dahil yung mga prutas na manggagaling dito, madami na ang makakapunta dito mamimili dahil maganda yung daanan. At saka yung papuntang Haibanga, doon ay may mga tourist spot kagaya ng rice terraces, yung tulay na busog dito. Yung mga pupunta doon dito malamang dadaan dahil dito ang magandang daan. Makakatulong sa amin dahil pwedeng bumili sa amin sa tindahan. Ang tulong. Kung dati binabaha kami, sigurado namang baka ngayon na hindi na. Dahil tumaas yung kalsada.
Okay, that's some of the remarks. So it's a very long video, so I cut it into this portion. So nakita niyo yung road kanina, dumaan siya, binutas natin yung road, dumaan sa isang part ng forest para lalayo na sila dun sa binabahang parte. So that's one of the things that we do under the coffee program, and we're hoping to do another one in Mindanao. So the next one, the smart Internet of Things. So we've started this in 2021, funded by USDA Activoca. We're using Internet of Things sensors to monitor environmental parameters. And with those environmental parameters, we will be able to have specific interventions for farmers to do in the farm. So if they find out that the temperature is fluctuating or the moisture is low, what do we need to do? But this is a work in progress. We're still doing many activities so that we will be able to come up with a very concrete output for this project. And I believe Sarai is also doing the same thing. Our difference is that we're very focused on small farms, and then we create interventions or collaboration with the community, technicians, and many other groups within the area. And we're focused on coffee. So you will see there the number of farmers we're working with. In here, we have Bailan in Cavite. We started there in 2021. Bansalan, in Pasugong, Malaybalay, and in Sultan Kudarat. So allow me to show you a video, a 2-minute video for this, so you will be able to see more, understand more, an example of the farm they work with, and some remarks from the farmer. Okay.
Coffee farming is indigenous to the Filipino society. However, climate change has contributed to the low productivity of coffee in the Philippines.
Ako po si Analisa Comingis, na coffee farmer sa Bansalan, Balotacay, Davao del Sur. Kami nagtanom og kape 30 years na. Pasalamat ko dako sa Barako Coffee nga niabot diri sa amoang lugar, sa akong farm diri sa Balotacay. Daghan silang technology gihatag sa amoa. Nya pagkahuman pag-pruning, pag-harvest, unya pag-kuan, pag-atuman sa kape. Naghatag sila devices diri aron makita kung unsa na ang dagan sa atong panahon. Unya naghatag sila og mga bagong technology nga mga magkuan rejuvenation. Project ninyo, ang project karon nga naa diri magpanunta sa akong pamilya, sa akong anak, ako nang hinay-hinay og hatag sa ilaha ka ay ako idara naman ko no. Gusto na ako nga sila na pod ang magkuhan sa ako ang kape.
With Internet of Things for coffee, we improve productivity and post-harvest quality and create farmer scientists and farmer entrepreneurs.
That's Ate Annalisa. You've heard that gusto na niyang ipasa sa kanyang mga anak yung pagkakape. This is one of the glaring problems in the farming sector, not only for coffee. Minsan, pag wala na yung mga magulang, nawawala na rin yung farm. So, kailangan mo ituloy. So, isa yun sa parte na ginagawa namin under the coffee programs to involve the youths and their progeny, their children to get involved in the farming activities that we do. Mas naengganyo sila kasi may technology involved. So, we're utilizing technology to have them get involved in our activities. Now, moving on to the third one is social enterprise incubation. This is the entrepreneurship program in the coffee acronym. So, entrepreneurship engagement. So here, there's a group that we are incubating to create a coffee shop in Pampanga, and this is funded by USAID. So it's an organization with more than 1,000 members. What we do is that we are helping them sustain their organization by helping them create a coffee that will give them extra income so that they will not just rely on grants or on donations. So we're using this program to create a space, a safe space where their group, the LGBTQ, and many other allies that they work with in combating HIV in the Philippines. So there's this group who champion the for awareness and education and the eradication of AIDS in the Philippines. So we're using coffee as a tool for them to encourage more to get tested, to encourage more people to get involved in the fight against AIDS and HIV. So I'm going to show you another video so that you can see some of our activities that we do with them. In this regard, we have created a curriculum. It's a 10-module program in partnership with some faculty in UPLB, also in other allies outside our organizations. We've created these modules so that we will be able to show them the way, more than the traditional way of doing business. It's not just creating business profits, but it's also about your social responsibility. So there's a social vision of giving back to the community and helping them. This is the primordial and primary vision of why we do social enterprise incubation, more than a business profit. So let's watch this video, a happy video that we do with them. that's the activity, social enterprise incubation that we do. And we hope to replicate at least once a year to organizations who want their enterprise get incubated using the coffee program. So this was our test phase, and it's actually a one-year program. If there's an MBA for executives, if there are other masteral activities for people like us who want to do advanced studies, if there are PhD programs, a curriculum for those, we also want to bring that to the community. They also deserve that same kind of opportunity, whether you finish college or you are actually doing such kind of activities in the community. Why don't we give them also an executive platform, term it executive, because they have the same privilege and opportunity for them to learn the same way we learn. Imagine we doing the same thing as Zoom, but will the farmers in the mountains, 1,400 meters above sea level, do they have smartphones? Do they have internet? Do they have laptop? Do they have Zoom accounts? They do not have the same opportunity as us. They do not have the same access to what we have right now. So it's very important that we go there and bring there what we create, because at the end of the day, it's our social responsibility that we want to do with them. Sometimes people will sell, oh, you're not earning or you're not creating profits. And it's very important, like IKEA. IKEA is a very important Swedish company na ang kanilang concept is maximum efficiency, achieving the maximum with the minimum. And we're doing the same mindset that we want to do with coffee. Just by coffee, you can achieve so much. And we want to give the same access. That's why social enterprise incubation is very important. We're not just incubating a business, we're incubating a social enterprise. So to show you an example of what we do, because we ourselves, we are a social enterprise using the coffee program, we're now expanding our Barako coffee stalls in supermalls, in SM supermalls. And hope you can see them, we can see us. We are right now here in SM Lipa, and then we previously were in SM Moab. I'm going to show you another video of how our activity looks like in supermalls. The most interesting part, we were able to talk to the owner of SM Supermalls, Mr. Hansi, and he was the one who told us, okay, you want to go in our malls? Let's bring you to our malls. So we've gotten approved by SM so that we can promote more of the coffee, at the same time, become a platform for our enterprise to showcase our activities. So ito yung mga photos. To ganyan, we were actually, we have a good problem here right now because we have a very high demand for coffee. We last July, we were able to sell 5,000 cups of coffee in 2 weeks. Recently, 3,000 cups of coffee. So that's the number of cups of coffee, just a single store. Ganun kataas ang demand for coffee. So allow me to show you a 1 minute, 30-second video about what we did here in MOA.
Won't stop the beat and go!
So, nakita nito sa lower right, ito yung isang part na hindi na kami nakakapahinga because very long line happened there. So, ang isang sinasabi nila, kahit matamis, masarap, darasang lasa pa rin yung kape. Big companies ang mga katabi natin ng Barako dyan. You have other really big companies that I'm sure you know of, and nakakasabay tayo sa kanila. So it's one of the things that we do as a social enterprise. So this is at the level of profit maximization, because we have to maximize our profits so we can optimize profits for the company. I'll tell you more about it later. So now to the last part, we have an upcoming project with a Korean funded activity. It's going to run for 2 years. So a while ago, we mentioned about the absence of accredited nurseries. So we want to pioneer a framework or a platform where we can do more accredited and certified nurseries. And that's what we're going to do in Bukidnon, in Pangantukan and Talakag. So if some of you are from Pangantukan, Talakag, or in Bukidnon, feel free to reach out to me later, or you can email me later. So these are some of the things that we have done in the farm. So about good agricultural practices, coffee pruning, soil analysis, fertilization, water management, pest and disease management, harvesting, post-harvest handling. I know you're gonna say, ang dami naman yung ginagawa. How do you manage all of these? So very important things about when your vision is about social responsibility. It just happens. And these are some of our accomplishments as well. If we have some of this. So I wish I could tell you more about it. It's actually clickable dapat per link, but for the interest of time, I'll just show to you all of these aspects. Now, we have the last part, which is about the entrepreneurship engagement. This just happened 2 weeks ago. It's about financial literacy. Sabihin niyo, ano ba yung financial literacy? Bakit kailangan pa yan? Alam niyo ba na marami sa ang ilan sa mga farmers ay hindi pa marunong magsulat at magbasa? Kaya mapansin nyo, bakit kaya hindi sila nagre-record ng kanilang profit? Paano kaya nilalaman yung kanilang kita? Kaya pala, natagpuan namin, kaya pala minsan, hindi nila alam paano nila ibebenta kasi hindi sila nagre-record ng expenses. Kasi hindi sila marunong magsulat. Kasi hindi sila marunong magbasa. Paano nga naman nila susulat? So kahit pa sabihin mo, isulat mo yung benta mo, hindi nga nila patagpi-tagpi yan. Yun yung natagpuan namin. Lalo ngayon, harvest season, from October, November to February, pagpuan namin na mahalaga ito. So, meron ditong dalawang remarks in Bisaya, yung tatlong farmers actually. So, I hope you listen intently to what they're going to say and see if in the future you want some kinds of similar kinds of activities, then you can approach us and perhaps we can do it and collaborate with you. So let's watch this video.
Grocery store. So, yung kita nito grocery store, na certain period of time, pwede, di ba hindi? It's not practical. So, when you do investment, when you're financially ready, okay?
Thankful kayo po sa seminar karon about sa financial literacy, no? Tapos sponsored by US Embassy, YCW, and Barako. Together, Kauyagan Savers. Dako kay ko nga pasalamat nga. Usa ko nga gitagag opportunity nga makaseminar about sa financial literacy, no? Kay na-evaluate na ako akong kaugalingon as nga sige ra day ko gagasto. Wala ko ipon. So,
sa ani karong training nga ginahimo nakugid kay nga tabang sa amo ang pag-record keeping kay mo amo wala ginahimo wala na mo nahibang pila gid ang among nakita sulod sa isa ka conflict.
Ako, dako kaya akong pasalamat nga kuan nag-train ta karon about sa savings o kaniyang record keeping kay sa pagkakaroon natunan na nato nga only dapat giday savings na sa emergency o mga education o sa record keeping po dapat giday nga natay resibo kay para ato yung malantaw o naka-income ba dito ka.
Thank you, US Embassy!
Napansin nyo doon na sinabi nila about savings, emergencies, resibo, etc. These are very important things na gusto nilang gawin pero hindi nila magawa because hirap sila. Hindi nila mag-grasp yung buong idea. Kaya sinama natin yung kaiwagang savers. Alam niyo ba na out of sa 15 na nandun, kalahati ang automatic after the training ay nag-open na ng bank account. Kasi hindi sila lahat may GCash na kagaya natin. Hindi sila lahat may bank account because they don't know how to do it. So that's why we involved Kauyagan Savers. So our financial literacy program involves a partner. It's actually a savings group. That Kauyagan Savers is composed of more than 3,000 farmers. So nakita nyo, meron na silang tindahan. So they're actually trying to incubate themselves as well and create profit generating stream for them as well. So may mga tao pa na kailangan ma-reach. There are still some groups that need help like them. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo about sustainability, profit optimization and profit maximization because strong sustainability. When we say profit optimization, we're actually optimizing your profits for the communities. You do not expect something in return, a monetary return. So you optimize your profit for them. That's what we call about social vision or social responsibility. From profit maximization, we want to deal in the concept that we still need business profits so that we will be able to help optimize the profits for the community. We want to maximize the profits to our investors, to our shareholders. And when you combine both, you have strong sustainability, and that's what social enterprise is all about. So our call to action for many of you or some of you listening here is connect with us. If you want to share your time and resources, connect with us as well. You can consider a partnership with our coffee program. You can patronize local coffee such as Barako. And now that it's holiday season, you can give local coffee as gifts to your friends, to your families, and you can post on social media about our coffee farmers and our local coffee. Next year, as part of our profit maximization, we're now going to have a building in Baguio. So tune in. So when we launch Barako in Baguio. So this is what you see. Ito yung nakikita nyong, itong view na to na may mountain. The part na to, nandiyan dyan yung SM. So kaharapan natin yung SM Baguio. So we're doing this in order to continue to reach more and create more profits for our social responsibility activities. So we will not just rely on donation and grants. So I hope I've inspired you and you've learned something about our coffee program. And if you want to reach me, you can contact me on Instagram, Telo, or email me at telo@barako.com, or you can contact me in my business number, or visit our website in thinkfarm and barako.com. Thank you very much for your time, and it's an honor to be with you here today.
Thank you very much, Sir Tello, for that very comprehensive discussion on the coffee-based farming and entrepreneurship engagement of Varaco. And we really look forward not only to more coffee blends, to more meaningful projects and programs from Varaco, especially the coffee program. So now we proceed to the Q&A, and I would like to call on Assistant Professor Michael Angelo Esteban for Q&A moderator.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Asilo. And thank you for agreeing to share your expertise with us. Okay. So I have a few questions. So for the other participants, if you have questions, kindly send them to the Q&A, or meron din po tayo sa YouTube. So, pwede nyo na ding iba to yung questions nyo doon. Alright? So, I'll pitch the first question regarding the sustainability focus of the vision. Since you started your let's say your crusade on the sustainability focus, how far have we gone especially with respect to the Philippine coffee industry?
Sustainability has three pillars: social, economic, and environment. And there are no specific current metrics now in the literature about how we really specifically measure it. But one of our metrics is about the number of farmers we reach, the number of partners we work with. And we started with just one partner and two farmers in 2012. Now we've reached around more than 1,500 direct reach, and has impacted around 10,000 altogether, including their families. So that's how we are measuring our impact at the moment. But at the same time, when it comes to coffee partners, from zero in the past, without having really sustainable coffee partners in the past, we're now having around 5 coffee partners. In terms of the impact to the coffee farmers, we're still in the process of measuring the impact of sustainability in them. It's a work in progress. That's why we've created those goals a while ago on how we can achieve those. And we've created some metrics, and we're going to do that for the next 2 years. Our main goal is to have them increase their income. So some of their produce we buy from some of their produce, so that they will have immediate income. But not all of their coffee harvest we can buy. So some of them we just buy from them. So that's one, enhancing their livelihood activities and hence their income. So at this moment, we're still creating the sustainability framework on the level of the farmers.
I see.
Thank you.
With respect naman, ililinya ko na din. With respect to the social responsibility, it is very evident ano po kasi especially for the next generation farmers, usually hindi lang po sa coffee may issue. Natatapos na sa mga current generations, hindi na napapass down. So for your vision, you added the youth and as well as the PWDs, di po ba? The person with different abilities. Gusto nating sabihin ng ganun. Regarding the financial literacy and entrepreneurship workshop, won't the farm gate prices of the coffee bloat and pass down to the consumers?
Yung farm gate, yeah. Yung farm gate price kasi ngayon nag-iiba. Harvest season. Mataas yung kape natin ngayon sa Mindanao, no? Para ngayon, pag bumili ka ng Arabica, dati kaya mamili ng 300. Ngayon, nasa 800. Farm gate yun na, GCB. 600 to 800. Tapos dahil yun kasi ay justifiable if you are a premium coffee. So dahil narinig ng kapitbahay na yung kape niya ay ganun yung presyo, lahat sila ganun na rin. Eh hindi naman pare-parehas yung grading ng kape. So yun yung nangyayari ngayon. Kaya ang mahal-mahal ng farm gate prices ng coffee sa atin. Mas mura pa yung imported coffee. So ito ay free market na. It's a cultural thing na sa loob doon sa communities. Hirap kahit i-explain natin sa kanila na hindi mo ito pwedeng ibenta ng ganung amount. Wala kang magagawa kasi it's a free market and some people still buy it. So those are one of the things that is really very difficult to control. It's an economic thing and it should be regulated by the government agencies. Only that we're focusing on the level of the farmers. We want them to be fair and sell their GCB na makikitain pa rin sila. Kasi ito yung expenses mo for the year. Ito yung harvest mo for the year. Then from there, makukuha mo yung kanilang kita o yung kanilang margin o kung kano mo yung ibebenta. Iba-iba. Depende sa kape. Kung Robusta, Arabica, Excelsa, Liberica, iba-iba yung farm gate prices nila.
All right. Do we have any more questions from our other platforms?
Parang may tanong dito na, what is Veraco? I must have missed that part. Is it okay? Okay. Veraco is a company. We're a social enterprise company. And as a social enterprise company, we started actually informally in 2012. Our first project was Farm to Market Road project through Think Farm or Mind Map. And then we were formalized in 2018. So Veraco is a social enterprise that has two main aspects in coffee production and coffee selling. So coffee production, we work with coffee farmers in Mindanao and in Luzon so that we can improve their production of coffee. At the same time, we sell coffee. Right now, we have presence in SM Lipa and here in our main branch in Lipa City, Batangas. So we sell coffee and other foods.
All right, so we have another question here. Is there cultural or regional differences among coffee produced or processed from different regions in the Philippines? If there is, what is the basis of their differences?
It's actually cultural difference, right? Among regionals, okay. When you say cultural differences, it's a matter of how they serve coffee. So I think the question is about serving the coffee kasi cultural eh. In terms of production, there are cultural differences in terms of how they grow it. Kasi iba-iba ang lasa ng kape per region. So ang kape ng area na to maaaring fruity, ang kape ng area na to maaaring chocolatey, kape ng area na to maaaring woody. So iba-iba depende sa kung ano perhaps ang lupa at kung ano ang nakatanim around the area kasi may epekto yung lupa at kung ano mga halaman ang nakatanim sa paligid. Kung ang nakatanim sa paligid mo halimbawa ay madalas ay lemon. So iba magiging lasa ng kape mo due to pollination. So magiging iba yung lasa. Kung ang katabi mo ay puro kakao, iba rin naman ang magiging lasa ng kape mo kasi nai-imbibe niya yung kape niya. There's one area here in Luzon na yung area ng before ang daming paminta. So yung kanyang robusta coffee, iba rin yung lasa, kakaiba, masarap. So nakaka-apekto. So the cultural differences depend on what are the foods being consumed or products being traded in the area. So nag-iiba-iba in the region. Depende kung saan galing yung kape mo. Iba ang kape ng Sagada, sa kape ng Davao, iba ang kape ng Bukidnon, sa kape ng Batangas. So nag-iiba-iba sila. Depende sa environment nila at sa kanilang cultural and traditional practices of growing the coffee.
And are there any more questions? Let's see dun sa other platforms natin. I believe that would be the last question for Mr. Asilo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ms. Char.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Michael, for moderating the Q&A. Thank you also to our participants and of course to Sir Telo. And can we flash the certificate? Okay, so as part of our appreciation, we are awarding a certificate to our speaker for today. Allow me to read the citation. College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines, Las Bañas, Laguna, Philippines, presents this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Aristelo Asilo for serving as the resource person on the webinar entitled Coffee-Based Farming and Entrepreneurship Engagement Program of Veraco, during the coffee webinar series held on 12 December 2023 via Zoom. Given this 12th day of December 2023 at the College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna, Philippines. Signed, Dr. Elpidio M. Agvisit Jr., CAFS Dean. So thank you once again, Mr. Aristelo Asilo.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so for updates on the next activities of CAFS, please make sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we are almost at the end of our program. We now call on the Director of the Institute of Food Science and Technology, Dr. Dennis Marvin Santiago, for the closing remarks. Sir?
Thank you, Char. So am I audible po?
Yes, but we hear you.
Okay. So we have come to the end of this webinar. So this is the sixth offering of our coffee webinar series. So thank you to Mr. Asilo for the very informative presentation about what they're doing in Varaco. So I think you really have a very good business model with regards to promoting our coffee in the food industry. And I would like to commend your company, your group for doing so many things for our, not only for the food, actually the coffee industry, but also for the nation. So because promoting our own product would actually mean that, of course, we are uplifting the livelihood of our farmers, of our processors, and even of our uh, uh, entrepreneurs, and of course for selling coffee. So we at the Institute of Food Science and Technology, we appreciate what you're doing. So I think we can replicate the same what you call this strategy with regards to the other commodities, not only coffee. And I would like to highlight what you've been doing actually, I think with your program or with your business, you have we have dealt with every aspect of the problem in the coffee industry, from the road to farm, or road to market, farm to market road, and addressing the technological uh, difficulties, of course, involving in the internet or the smart way of doing business, and of course educating our farmers with regards to their financial literacy and their entrepreneurial skills, and of course providing the distribution channels for them. I think those things are the things that would address the coffee industry and would uplift our industry with regards to promoting it not only locally but also globally. So with that, I would like to commend Varaco for doing such a very good and great activities of helping our farmers and our processors, and also, of course, the distributors of our commodity. So as I've said, so this is the sixth offering of our coffee webinar series. So I hope our audience will not stop from attending our webinar series, not only this coffee webinar series, but also the other offerings of the College of Agriculture and Food Science. And with that, so thank you for attending, and see you in the next series.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Santiago. And of course, nakita ko na may mga nagtatanong. For those who are asking, our attendees for today will definitely be receiving their certificate of attendance upon answering the evaluation form. So you may access the form through the QR code on your screen or through the link that will be provided in the Zoom chat box and Facebook and YouTube comment sections. Okay po, so that ends our webinar for today. Thank you very much and have a great day ahead.